welcome everyone to day 4. Thank you for catching that. Don't know why the mic was off, but I hope you've had a fantastic week and are looking forward to this weekend. I know I am. It's going to be a great start to the weekend. We're going to be seeing another matchup here between, if you can read up above, we've got Best or Bust versus Throw for Bubbletea. This is the semifinal match. I will be your only caster, host, and analyst for today, as my co-host will, depending on the result of the matches, not be able to join me for the rest of the tournament. That's okay though, as I do have a guest host coming in on next match Wednesday on the 21st of June, so shout out to them for helping out there, and potentially for the Friday as well. We'll see. I hope, again, everyone has been doing well, and I mean, yeah. Some of you may know him, but I won't spoil the name, just in case it doesn't work out, but we'll see how it goes. Now, I'm going to do something smart here and get the prediction for you guys ready early. Oh my goodness, it's already going to be one of these days. So let me just get that queued up to go. Put a 10-minute start on that. Who will win match 1? Vote for your favorite team or the team that you think is likely to win, whether or not you want the points or not. Well, I mean, that is up to whatever vote you end up choosing to go with. As I mentioned, let's hop over to the tournament tree here. This is L5 of the loser bracket, so Game 5 between Best or Bust and Throw for Bubbletea. This is the semifinals. The winner of tonight's match will face off against the TRQuitie gang on Wednesday next week, June 21st at 6 p.m. PST. As TRQuitie gang lost to Venitas in the C7 final match of the winner bracket, so kudos to Venitas for getting a week-and-a-half break, for securing their spot in the grand finals, and for having their extra life still intact. That does mean that whatever team wins the finals of the losers bracket will have to beat Venitas twice in the grand finals in order to win and take the cash prize. With that, as a reminder that this is a double elimination bracket. However, all the matches up until the grand finale will now be loser bracket matches, which means all of the teams in this bracket have lost at least once, and if they lose again, they are out of the tournament. Briefly on the tournament screen, we could see some of the teams that we've seen go out of this tournament, but let's find out who goes out tonight. Let's hop over to the map bans, alright? Alright, starting us off, we have Split and Icebox taken out already. Best or Bust choosing to remove Split from the game. They know that Throw for Bubbletea has picked Split whenever possible, so they know it is Throw for Bubbletea's match, and Throw for Bubbletea removing Icebox. Similarly, Best or Bust has played on Icebox quite a bit, and they have showcased that they are no slouch on Icebox. They've won almost all their matches on it, and I mean, both teams out of the gate here already choosing to ban maps that the other team plays well on. We're going to be seeing a lot more of that as we get into these final matches. Teams are going to be playing against each other and choosing to ban maps that they know the others have taken based on the rest of the maps picked throughout the tournament. And we have Lotus being picked by Best or Bust here. Best or Bust, who this is a good map for quite a few of them. For Seb and TRQ in particular. Seb with a 70.1% win rate on here. TRQ with a 55% win rate. None of them have Trunks. I don't know if Trunks is playing tonight. Trunks is a 40% lose rate on this, so it'll be interesting to see who Trunks picks if Trunks is playing. On Throw for Bubbletea's side, they have the Haven pick. And it is a little bit of an interesting pick. Haven is one of the worst maps for them, with 3 of them having a lower than 50% win rate on it, and none of them having a higher than 50% win rate. And Haven is a medium map for the rest of the team for Best or Bust. So, like I said, interesting for Throw for Bubbletea to take this almost out of the norm pick. The third ban, we have Ascent, and I expect we'll see potentially Fracture. We see Bind. Interesting. Interesting happens to be my favorite word. You'll hear me say it a lot. Fracture is the most banned map of the elimination bracket. So it's odd to see it instead now being the decider, I guess that means. Ascent and Bind are the third and fourth bans. A little bit of a out of norm bracket here. After all, Haven and Fracture are the 2 most banned maps, and yet we're getting to see both of them this time. So, and Icebox, which is the most picked map of the entire tournament, was banned second. So, teams, we might be seeing these very different maps now that we're later in, and everyone is trying to get a little bit of an edge, picking a map that maybe isn't their best, but they know the other team is banned a lot, and so this will be some very neat, almost 3D chess in a way, where teams are going to be trying to get that edge forward as soon as possible. I did see a mention of the tournament, so let's go check in on the tournament. And you can see here, we are down in the bottom bracket. So, June 16th, Best or Bust versus Throw for Bubbletea. Looking forward to it. Throw for Bubbletea actually upsetting the higher seeded team, Big Gamers Gaming, last time we saw them on Wednesday, which was a match to see. Beautiful game. As well as we also saw Ventus versus Gritty Gang. Just making sure. Bucky, are all 10 of you there already, or is it just your team? Because if it's just your team, I mean, it's open party. You're welcome to join. Let's head back to here. As the teams get ready here and join, as again, we are starting on Lotus. And Throw for Bubbletea. Let me just double check they know. Throw for Bubbletea will be picking a side here. So, let's, I guess we're about to find out where they're heading. Let's check in on, while they do that, with the prediction. We have Throw for Bubbletea with 80% of the votes here, a total of 44,000 channel points bet, versus Throw for Bubbletea with 13% and only 6,000. So hopefully all of you managed to get your points. Hopefully no one, or, well, I say hopefully for you, but I'd be excited to see a reverse match. Alrighty. I believe teams are ready. So let's get ready to dive into our first match of today's set with Best or Bust versus Throw for Bubbletea. While I just wait the last confirmation, let's just watch the maps once again. Alrighty, and we are diving into match 1. I hope you're all ready. Hope you have your snacks, your waters at the ready, and let's get started. We already have 2 lock-ins. Sejun locking in Sky, Seb locking in... Sebastian locking in Viper. This isn't anything out of the norm. Obviously, we've seen Sejun quite often play on Sky, despite Sky not being one of the top 3 agents that they have. But we do know that Sejun also happens to play Phil a lot of the time, and so it's not too out of the ordinary. We have Munch locking in Omen. Again, not one of their top 3. We have Bucky on Killjoy. That is a top 3, 160 hours. Bucky does play Killjoy pretty often, though is also a Sentinel main. TRQ on Raze, so I expect we'll see quite a few trick shots, perhaps crazy satchels. Very excited to see that. Trunks locking in the Sky. We're going to be blind quite a bit. The double Sky. In fact, actually, it's quite interesting to bring up. Most of Best or Bust are Phil players. A lot of their top 3 have many hours put into 3 different roles. So quite interesting to see that. Not often you see a team where a lot of the people are quite capable of playing any role. Doesn't mean that they are quite adaptable as well, so love to see that. We've got Arlock on Harbor, who we saw last time against Big Gamers Gaming on Haven playing Harbor as well. We got Totoro on Jet. Weibo on Cypher, which happens to be another of his mains, especially on Lotus. And we've got Speeve on Chamber. So we have a double Sentinel for Bubbletea, which is a little out of their norm. Normally they go double Initiator, so fun to see them choosing a different method. And then on the other side, on Best or Bust side, they have a double controller. And we can see Best or Bust pushing onto site, Couple shots on Speeve. Or sorry, we have Throw for Bubbletea pushing on site. My bad. And they've done a good job of forcing everyone back. Bus waiting for their entire team. And great stun. Munch with 2 headshots out of the blue. Some right clicks from Trunks, not hitting anyone. Weeboo barely alive. Trunks going in for the knife and gets the knife. And it's Trunks and Seb versus Speeve. Speeve not able to get the kill there. Seb taking the kill and also getting the defuse. Seb already had 3 ultimate points. No game audio now. I swear, someone came in and changed all of the settings on here. Yep. Don't know who that could have been. This is what happens when I only have one caster, aka me. So I'm really hoping, actually, that Throw for Bubbletea is able to take out Bus, just strictly so I don't have to cast it. Even Totoro dashing onto site. Arlock with a great wall here, hiding a lot of cover. Seb taking out Speed. Munch getting 2, and TRQ as well taking out Sejun. And Weeboo, having backed off, is cut off by quite a few smokes there. And we see a flawless round from Best or Bust. Throw for Bubbletea with the save though, so they'll have full loadouts here.
There.
Why isn't TRQ co-hosting? TRQ isn't co-hosting today because TRQ's team had only 4 players. The 5th player and all the subs are out for the rest of the tournament. As such, he will have to actually play for the rest of the tournament. Bucky catching sight of a couple of them. Throws up the wall, and let's see what... Steve already pushing on site. Knows. Manages to get one of the Killjoy mollies. Totogrid taken down by Bucky. Weeboo managing to trade. We're about to see a great blind by Munch. And though, Sejun still manages to get the kill, Munch taking out Sejun. Some great satchels forcing everyone back, allowing them to hear how many people are in the waters there. And they actually take Spike and decide to open door, rotate all the way through B. A great wave there by Arlock. Doesn't fully cover, but it's enough to stop the other team from running to push on site. Speed gets Trunks out here. Weeboo pushed into the smoke. Shots on Speed. Speed takes out Munch, and Weeboo gets TRQ as well. Waiting for the smoke to go down. Great play by Throw for Bubbletea, taking out Best or Bust on their bonus. And getting that early point. It'll be important for Throw for Bubbletea to get as many early points as they can whenever Best or Bust is low on economy or has lesser guns. We've seen Best or Bust play. They've faced Throw for Bubbletea before in the Seeds, and Throw for Bubbletea is well aware of the danger that Best or Bust has. Their gunplay is phenomenal. They're higher ranked overall, and Throw for Bubbletea is going to have to play smart to get as many points as they can when Best or Bust is weak. TRQ playing quite high up, hiding behind the pillar here. Throw for Bubbletea taking their time, trying to draw out as many people as they can to a certain site. And Speeve doesn't see TRQutie, waiting to take him out, gets 2 quick kills before Sejun is there, not expecting a third right away. It is going to be now a 4v3. TRQutie doing a great job of getting 2 kills there.
I've got your trail.
Forcing the other team on the background. Sejun already with the ult. And Trunks caught with util out left. Is going to go down. A completely clear sight for Bubbletea.
Planted.
Munch managing to quietly get into here. Sejun is going to spot Munch, though, with a quick dog.
Careful. Placing sentry.
Sejun watching the other side, gun out. Down. Bucky can see that and is going to tap Spike, trying to draw them out. Argonaut takes out Bucky, stops the defuse, but unfortunately with 2 others covering Bucky, Bucky was in a good spot there.
Here would be unfortunate. No need for this.
Unfortunate spot. People love to always hide on the spike there in on A site. However, it is a bit of a problematic spot. The gun sticks out, especially if you have any rifle, and it's quite easy if they're not looking the right way for you to catch them out and pre-fire. So it is
out of my way.
A bit of a tougher spot to hide in. We can hear Totoro already calling out the knives. TRQ staying a little bit further back. TRQ has a Guardian here, so that does explain it. Doing a couple jump peeks. Does spot them. And you can see Munch throwing it out. Great headshot by Totoro. Let's see if he can catch TRQ. Already knows where he is. Don't know if TRQ will quite expect this. Bucky might. They're waiting, and Totoro has a great spot.
1 enemy remaining.
2 amazing kills there. Dodges the ult Rosa from TRQ. Totoro can't quite get it. TRQ gets 2 kills with the Guardian. Weebu with a great dart. Just barely dodging. We are seeing quick dodges here from Bester Bus, just barely staying alive. TRQ with the Guardian is very strong. Great trademark there, and they've done enough to delay. He's not going to quite be able to get out of there, and he is going to get taken down by bomb. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but Bester Bus played that phenomenally. Shout out to Totoro. Totoro taking 3 headshots with the knives. I mean, that was fantastic to watch. The timing on that door, TRQ not quite able to follow through. The rest of Throw for Bubbletea running away and managing to get him taken out by Spike as well. I mean, that is a clip if I have ever seen one. And you can see 3 of Bester Bus on C here. A completely open. Totoro with the op. And it seems like... Interesting. Quite a bit of rotation back and forth here from the other team. They are pretty fluid here, playing mostly towards BC, which is easier for them to and it looks like Throw for Bubbletea has done a great job. Totoro doing the job they needed to drag everyone off of A. And now they have a free site to plant. Still going for the clear just in case, but And Bucky, having run all the way here quickly, quietly gets down into backside here. Drop.
Spike planted.
Punch being forced back, and Bucky's position now revealed. TRQ as well. In the middle there. Sejun just running in circles, not aware that TRQ is right behind Sejun.
Sky's out.
TRQ
Last
gets the
player
headshot,
standing.
and it is in a flurry of trades. TRQ upgrades to the Vandal.
Enemy
Totoro
remaining.
gets taken out, and he knows where Weebu plays. Is going to fake to drag him out. Manages to get the kill as well.
Like you could stop me.
Fantastic fake there. TRQ with the steady aim.
Clutch.
Don't mess with
Played that really well. Quite a bit of ring around the rosy there, a little bit, with Sejun and TRQ just silently following behind. A little bit of chaos. I'm honestly shocked that as TRQ was following behind
Got you.
Sejun, he didn't get taken out by the rest of the team as trades were happening back and forth. All in all, though, a little bit lucky for TRQ. You did hear the op shot from Totoro. Totoro did just barely miss as TRQ was following Sejun around the corner. Could have been a very different round.
You want to
And now
play?
TRQ with
Let's
the
play.
op. Quite dangerous. Here the ult coming from Speeve.
Here.
And they've got 3 on C. TRQ holding a very strong angle with the op. This is going to be tough either site that they choose to push here. Munch coming up on the door, kind of watching for it. Hears that, and doesn't see anyone. And we might see TRQ get a lucky op shot on Totoro. Yep.
Cover going out.
They are quickly closing off all manner of movement for throw for Bubbletea. "36 seconds. They are slowly running out of time. They are going to have to choose either B or
30
C
seconds
here.
left.
And it looks like they are going to follow in Sejun's ult
Hawk out.
and
Found
Yuto.
I suggest
Or
you
perhaps
shadows traveling.
they are going to go for B, taking out Munch as the door opens. TRQ is ready here. They've got
10
no
seconds
time.
left.
They are planting in a place that the bomb will kill. And it looks like Roper Bubbletea is going to lose the round on time
One
here.
enemy remaining.
Never mind. Sorry, yes, they did lose on time. Definitely quite tough for Bubbletea to push in when they know there is an op on the other team. A little bit of taste of their own medicine, as Totoro does main the op as one of their guns, and they are quite good with it. So, interesting play coming from TRQ and Sejun taken
Spike
out.
down
Immediately
A.
throws that. Is going to force them to back off. Does some damage. Takes out Weebu as well. And the util being dumped in this corner, and this is going to be quite tough for
Remaining.
Roper Bubbletea, who are stunned. Some quick dodges by Speeve. Speeve does manage to take out TRQ, but and we see TRQ go crazy there. All 3 of them launching in their util into that corner there. Very difficult for Roper Bubbletea to do anything there. Totoro with the Marshal, looking like he might try to get the op kill in a Marshal the op. Not expecting that op is actually going to go B, so
Hawk out. Blinded.
Totoro dashing on. Chunks back off here, covered by a little bit of a smoke by Munch. Trunks actually hides quite a bit in smoke. Smoke's about to go down as well, so it looks like they might be trying to go for a couple trades here. Unfortunately, doesn't go their way. Totoro is ready with that. Munch running back as we see Speed push in here. And Sejun also manages to take down Munch. TRQ with a great off shot, and I don't think they realize Seb is in the corner here.
One down.
Is going to take down one. Sprays to try and get Speed. Speed's going to only take a couple damage, but is stuck here. Going to get taken out by TRQ's nade.
Last player.
Arlock not quite able to deal with TRQ satchels right overhead, and Seb swinging out, managing to take Weebu as well.
Here.
Yes, we can look at the scores. TRQ is
Toxins going up.
doing a large part of getting these space-taking kills, forcing the other team on the back foot early on in each of the rounds. This is going to be a tough one. TRQ really is the big bad for TRQutie to take out. When they do take him out, it is typically an easier round for them. And so if they can manage to get TRQ down early in the round, they have a much stronger chance at forcing the other team to back off and hopefully allowing them to win the round. Weebu does take out TRQ in B. Unfortunately, we switched to it just a little too late, but this is going to be a tough one for them to push on. There are two here watching, Seb and Munch.
I know exactly where you are.
But they do get the information from the Cypher ult.
Don't get in my way.
And we see Seb here counter ult. Bucky taking down Speed.
Toxin screen down.
Rook Bubbletea ult trapped in the corner here. And this seems quite tough for any team.
Last player standing.
I can't even tell what's going on. Seb, the only one left of the team, manages to take out Totoro, who goes for a gun upgrade and is in the smoke, taps it probably to drag out. Sejun doing a great job of flashing to get off, and they are going to back off. Sejun unfortunately going for door, alerting Seb to where they are, and Seb is taken down by Spike. As I said, they take down TRQ, and it is a much easier round for them. They are going to be getting points that way. Very difficult for the other team to make a move when TRQ is that looming threat. There were some talks before the match of attempting to get TRQ to sub off, offering their own teammates, offering Bubbletea, but ultimately TRQ mentioning that Speed as they teleport. Totoro gonna take some damage here from the nade, and is gonna get taken down by TRQ running in. TRQ with the ult as well, aided by the guy
Player standing.
flash,
Spike
and this
down.
is quickly
Attacker spawn.
Munch attempting to go for a little bit of a choir play, and Seb gonna take another takedown on Weebo.
Last round before the switch.
Eight to 3. If Bubbletea can get another round here, this is going to be a little bit more doable for them. They are a more defensive-sided team. They have 2 Sentinels after all, so defense will be a lot easier for them than it is necessarily for a double controller, though double controller is still quite strong on defense, being able to smoke that off. And you can see Munch jumping into B. Totoro's going to go back and try and look for it, but they are going to be held back by the both teams taking a little bit of damage, and Seb quiet not position not revealed as Bucky takes down
Spike down, attacker
Instead.
spawn.
but their own smoke giving them a little bit of cover. And
I suggest you move.
unfortunately for Seb, Munch's ult is going to cause them a little bit
Water
of
rising.
problem. And it is a 3v2 here for
Wave
Bubbletea.
crashing.
They managed to take down TRQ in that confrontation behind the smoke.
Flooding them.
Argonaut doing a... Totoro gets taken down through the smoke, or through the wall.
One enemy remaining. Last player
Weeboo,
standing.
half health, takes down Seb, but
Alarm bot down.
and Weebo clutching up to bring this to an 8-4 on the attacker side for this double sentinel team.
Switching sides.
Great play there. Watching to me with the spy cam, knew that although Bucky was defusing, Bucky actually got off, and so he didn't have to push in. Knew that she was going to attempt to swing. Very lucky overall, and well played by Weebo. And now we'll see a very strong Cypher setup, which we've seen done quite a few times here on Lotus, as well as Arlock playing B, which is their preferred spot to hold on defense. But it does look like TRQ's team is playing split. Trunks blinding themselves, unfortunately. Trading a couple shots with with Totoro. And it looks like they're already rotating off. On this quick rotate, they're doing a great job of pulling the team away.
There. Go get him.
And Besterbus is going to get a free plant here, and TRQ is going to cause havoc in their spawn. Seb and Trunks doing a great job of pulling the entire team to A side. Steve expecting it. Arlock managed to take out TRQ with a frenzy though, and we can see the rest of the team push on here. Totoro, the rest of the team stuck off. Great flash by Sejun. Unfortunately, as Totoro stands out there, taken out.
Camera taken out.
One enemy remaining.
And Seb the last one. Weebo's gonna push out, try and give his teammates some time. And Weebo takes out Seb. Weebo is popping off, as you might call it. 11 and 9, 11 and 13 from Totoro, both of them doing what they can to help their team. TRQ at 20. TRQ hasn't gotten a kill in a couple rounds, actually.
This is a nice spot. Yes, this should do.
Besides this one. And, I mean, they are doing a good job of trading themselves now when TRQ is taking them out.
This goes here. This is a nice spot.
And a slightly different setup here from Weebo. Seb jumping over the Marshall shot there. And we can keep the rest of Besterbus here pushing up to B. Though it does seem like they are aware of it. They heard the footsteps. They heard the orb get taken. And Sejun misses Munch. The timing, folks. Arlock isn't going to get smoked off here. Trunks is going to blind their own team as they push on. Unfortunately not quite getting it around. And a great position by Weebo for all that information.
One enemy
Two quick kills by three quick kills by Arlock. Weebo as well, and Sejun getting some SMG kills as the entire teams collide back in the back of B there. Truly a massacre. However, this is now the round where Best or Bust has full guns. TRQ almost full loadout, instead going for light shields though. Teams do each have a timeout that they can use in the matches. Totoro and Steve causing some havoc, though now after the last time they got all fully rotated off, they're playing a little bit slower, not immediately leaving. Trunks trying to find the Cypher trip, isn't quite able to find it, is going to hit it with the dog there. Now they know that they have clear entry.
Hawk out! Blinded!
They were attempting to find the Cypher trip. They know that it's there. They've seen it placed there quite a few times. Lucky taking out Speeve as Speeve goes to rotate, and now they know that quite a few of them are about to enter A.
Toxin screen down.
As soon as that comes down, it's going to be very difficult. Yeah, TRQ playing that well, knows that Totoro is scoped in, climbs under, it's probably about to get it. Oh, misses Sejun.
Ouch! Grenade!
One enemy remaining.
And TRQ and Trunks teaming up to take out Arlock in the end there. TRQ has a very steady aim, so it's going to be tough to beat that. You can see the cursor almost always at head level, already knowing where people are going to pick, or where people are going to swing. It's going to be very tough to beat that. Seems like teams are switching it up a little bit. Weibo now playing on A to set up, and B. Totoro taking C instead. I wonder if Totoro has the op. Totoro does have the op. That does explain why Totoro is now on C.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
You can see TRQ jumping in, trying to find someone. Arlock is going to ult. And it is going to hit a couple.
Spike planted.
Unfortunately, TRQ takes two.
Here comes it!
One enemy remaining.
Steve is going to get the kill, but TRQ's ult already fired off is going to trade. And the rest of the team taking site successfully.
Here!
Now this is Best or Bust pick. Though this is a map that Bubbletea typically does pretty well on. And you can see that they are fighting, they're hitting, and they're getting some rounds. TRQ is just a demon.
Hawk out!
My camera is destroyed.
And it looks like Bubbletea are on a little bit of a
I've got
save
your
here. They're
trail.
going to have to play this carefully.
Careful now.
And we see TRQ bouncing in. Is going to take two here.
Bomb buddy out.
Is hit through the wall by Totoro.
Last player standing.
Stay down!
Manages to get two. Is unfortunately going to get mollied off and forced to run through it. very tough spot there for Bubbletea to try and retake that with sheriffs.
Here.
Seb does get around. Not sure if they're going to be aware of it. Totoro is ready. Gets the kill. Not quite ready for Bucky to also be there. Is going to get taken out. And Sejun does spot the trunks down B. And it seems like they are going to be gearing themselves towards C. They can clear the trip. Munch does find it.
You should
Cage
run.
triggered. Where is everyone hiding?
Weibo doing some damage, but TRQ is going to take him out. Does get the ult off. The team knows where the enemies are, but the attackers, Bucky does a great job of ulting, so they can't really use the information that Weibo gets from the ult to the best of their
Spike
ability.
planted.
Here.
And this might be tough on Speed. TRQ is ready. TRQ doesn't see him,
One enemy remaining.
and Bucky is hiding around the corner. And Arlock doing a great job of blocking Bucky's attempts to get sightlines onto the spike there. Saving Speed's life. Speed did a great job of also staying as far away from sightlines as possible. Overall, really great retake there on C by Throw for Bubbletea. Now remember, this is an all-ranked tournament with a max of 2 Immortals on teams. It does mean that there are going to be these stronger teams, stronger players, and this is as well a for fun tournament, and the first of its kind here on my channel. And so just remember that things are still in the works. Tier 2 pushing deep, manages to get a pick on Sejun. Munch taking out Speed as well.
Be faster.
Totoro does take out Trunks though, and Arlock is fighting all alone,
Ultimate
takes
ready.
out Bucky,
Spike planted.
and Arlock does a great job. It is now a 2v2. Both teams pretty hurt. Arlock with the ult already again, and is going to ult sight, forcing them to back off a little bit. Munch, doing a quick rotate, is going to hope to get one of them and catch them out.
Last player standing. One
Totoro
enemy
taking
remaining.
out Seb.
Aw, at
It
least
is
they
now
tried.
Munch not quite sure where to look, hopes that they're on Spike, and Totoro, having backed off with a great fake, catches Munch from behind. Very well played.
They are so dead.
Speed just barely missing on that shot. Gonna have to back off.
There.
You can see Munch right behind Totoro. Totoro's unaware, doesn't look behind to see where the Omen ult is. And TRQ is going to throw the ult.
I've got your trail.
Bubbletea though is going to wait that out. Doesn't want to get hit by it. And TRQ pushes up. just misses, unfortunately, on the ultimate there from Seb. Or sorry, from
One enemy remaining.
Steve.
Flawless. Match point.
Match point. Throw for Bubbletea. Fighting for their lives here. Can they bring it back? Totoro with the knives. Last time we saw Totoro with the knives, Totoro clutched up the round, and TRQ's actually going to be... Seb gets 2 as they come deep. Maybe that was a poor choice of words. TRQ taking B as well. Totoro ready with the knives. Quite low now.
Last player standing.
TRQ is going to take him out as well.
One less.
Great shot by Steve. Unfortunately for them,
Attackers win.
Besterbus is going to take the first round. And that is Besterbus pick Lotus. We now are going to be heading to, I believe, Haven, another 3-site map where Throw for Bubbletea, let's see if they can take their pick map and turn this around. Alrighty. Let's find out the results of the match 1. No surprise to most of the voters there. Besterbus does take the first round. While we wait for the second one, let's get match 2 up and predicting. Alright, who will take match 2? Will it be Besterbus? Will it be Throw for Bubbletea? Go and vote. Alrighty. While we wait, let's dive in a little bit onto the statistics. As you know, I seem to like my stats. I bring them out every time. I have quite a few. Let's look at the differential in teams, and we can see just how much of a difference that is making. In terms of... Well, some of these aren't necessarily the most up-to-date, but let's see if we can't find them out. Alright, we have Besterbust, Bucky, Plat 2, Trunks Diamond 1, Munch Diamond 3, Seb Plat 1, and TRQ, no surprise there, Immortal 1. On Throw for Bubbleteas, we've got Totoro at Plat 2, Arlock at Diamond 2, Weibo at Silver 3, Sejun at Gold 3, and Speeve at Diamond 3. So you can just see the differential in teams here is quite high. And yet, Throw for Bubbletea did manage to take 8 rounds away from a higher ranked team. And so you can see they are hitting above their category. We saw that when they were facing Big Gamers Gaming, who is largely a Plat and Diamond team as well. And so we know Throw for Bubbletea has great teamwork. We know that they do have the ability to shoot above their rank. And, I mean, we've seen some of that already. And I will update the scores here. we've got Best or Bust 1-0. What are you guys' thoughts? Are you, I mean, I can see the prediction, but whose team are you voting for? I mean, if you want to throw in a cheer for your team, go ahead and put it in right now, and we can see just the actual differential of who's cheering for who here. Also, if you aren't aware, there is a potential giveaway. If you guys do exclamation point giveaway, you can get more information. We're hoping, we have been sitting at an average 30 to 35 viewers per match, which is insane. And if we can bump that up even to 50, hopefully, there is going to be a second giveaway. There will be at least one giveaway, courtesy of TRQ, on the final match in the grand finale. $50 Valorant Points gift card or $50 PayPal, your choice. If we do manage to get a 50 viewer count average for any of the matches from now on until the grand finale, there will be a second $50 giveaway and potentially something more. We'll have to see. But I do hope you are enjoying the Argonaut Invitational. I hope to see more teams next time we run an event like this. It will be a little bit different. We'll probably have a little bit more of a rank differential, or some more restrictions on what ranks, I should say, are able to participate. Alrighty. Already planning another one? Potentially. I might make this a yearly thing. Why not? As the years go on, I should be able to offer better and better prizes as well, so I hope to be able to run these at least once a year, maybe even twice. It is a lot of work though, so I would like to eventually get a more dedicated team. I do have a small team working together with me, but they're not always available each time, so hopefully next time I can find a team that is going to be fully dedicated, and hopefully next time we'll be able to fix the cam problems. I know that last time the secondary camera, the main camera, was a little bit more blurry. Obviously there are some difficulties running a completely remote tournament, but hopefully in the future that will be solved. Alright, and it looks like the teams are ready, so let's hop in to match 2 on Haven, where we have Best or Bust defending first. And already we're seeing quite a few different picks here. Seb and Speeve locking in Breach. And we have Sejun and Bucky, potentially, on Sky. So we're going to have a double initiator here. TRQ and Arlock on Omen. Weibo and Munch on Killjoy. And Totoro and Trunks on Jet. So for the first time this tournament, and perhaps in the history of games that I have seen, we are going to be having 2 exactly same teams fighting each other. This is going to be difficult for me to cast. TRQ on Omen. This is his top 2. We've got Seb on Breach, not a top 3. We've got Munch on Killjoy, who is again not a top. That is their top agent. We've got Trunks on Jet, who's not a top 3, and we have Bucky on Sky, who is also not a top 3. But again, these players on Best or Bust are all fill players pretty much, so they are all capable of playing pretty much anyone. Omen is a fantastic choice on here on Haven.
Turret out.
And honestly, in my opinion, Breach is another fantastic
swarm
choice.
grenade.
Breach is very capable, and his skill set is so wonderful for all of the long straights
Placing alarm bot.
on Haven. We've got Totoro on Jet. No surprise, again, Totoro is a Jet main. Arlock on Omen. Arlock, again, typically is a duelist, but we have seen Arlock play controller roughly 90% of the time, and they are going to get a stun on the entire team there.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Again, this is a for fun tournament. If you don't have anything to say that is nice, your ability to chat will be restricted.
Spike planted.
And we can see already, 3 kills on Best or Bust, and now Great Blind
enemy
is going to
remaining.
get 2 more. TRQ
Last
taken
player
down by
standing.
Sejun, and is now Sejun versus Seb, but Seb breaks the ankles, and Sejun is going to classic him down. As we look into the rest of
Right there.
the choices here, Sejun, again,
Right there.
on Skye. We've seen Sejun play Skye pretty much almost every match this tournament, although Skye is not one of their mains, nor is it a role they play very often. Their top 3 is typically Viper, Chamber, and Sage, so it's very different to see them taking this. Here. Taken out from behind by Totoro. Great split push by Speeve and Totoro, making sure that TRQ wasn't
Spike
aware
planted.
where they were going to be coming. He was going to try and get a quick pick there with a classic right kill, or right click. Wasn't able to do so. Seb taking space in garage does make a footstep, and so Sejun is now aware of where they are. Totoro taking down
One enemy
Bucky
remaining.
and Speeve taking out Trunks, and now Seb is going to get spotted, smoked off. Avoids the flash. Sejun is going to get taken out, but full blind. Great blind there by Speeve, and Seb is going to go down. Now, Speeve is another one taking a non-top 3 agent, or also not even taking one of their main roles. Speeve
Yes.
typically plays duelist, as does Arlock. And so, Speeve being on Initiator and Arlock being on Controller. Arlock does, however, play Controller as their second role. Speeve does not play Initiator as a second role. And then lastly, as we look in Totoro is a duelist main, Jet main as well, and so they are the only ones on their main.
Placing alarm bot.
Comes on top of box. And blind, but Speeve does not look behind! And Totoro manages to take down...
One enemy
Oh my
remaining.
god, and it is just a back and forth trade of kills. Seb taking out quite a few of them as well. And that was a wild massacre. If you were looking at the kill feed, you could see blue, red, went back and forth. Crazy site take, and I mean, fantastic defense by Seb there in TRQ. Particularly Seb, though,
Right
who
there.
managed to take out 3 of them. And it seems like Bubbletea is going to be coming on to C site. Deb does spot a couple.
Forever.
TRQ holding garage. And Trunk just missing, catching sight of them. TRQutie stunned in the corner. No one is aware of where he is. Gets
Spike
2
down,
before
C.
Weevil can take him out. I'm not sure if that was a team stun or if that was the enemy doing a great job of stunning the right location.
Hawk out.
Sejune's gonna flash in, not hit anyone.
Last player
Trunks is gonna
standing.
flash in and get Weebo, allowing them to push in, but Sejune is gonna take out them. Munch is gonna trade, and now it is Weebo who is... How much health? 5 health. 5 health. Standing in the
Everyone
open,
note down
knowing
your
that Arlock has
observations,
their back
then
to
let's
swing,
run it again.
but manages to take down Munch. Fantastic.
Placing sentry.
It seems like this time they're gonna be holding A site. 3 on A site. They have been doing back and forth, so they are maybe expecting that this is what they are gonna do.
Found them. Alarm bot down.
Totoro does manage to take out Munch. Great updraft,
Hawk out.
and they have sight to themselves.
Blinded.
Spike planted.
Totoro managing also to take out Seb, taking a little bit of damage, as Sejune outguns Bucky down in garage. And now TRQ, having pushed
Last player
behind,
standing.
is in a 1v5 situation, all alone.
Flawless.
Speeve ready for it though, for the swing. Takes him out. They were on a little bit of a save, so maybe that does explain why they were 3 towards A site, hoping to rid the River Bubbletea for a gun, trade up, and unfortunately it didn't go in their favor.
Turret out.
This time they're once again heading quietly down C. And Munch is spotted and spots the rest of them, and we see the breach ult here. Once again, giving them completely clear C. They're gonna get the plant down.
Spike planted.
We do see Bucky is on a little bit of a flank. We'll see if they manage to get any kills. Totoro is doing a great job of holding them off as well, and they're waiting for the Grim ult as well. Gun not quite out. Unfortunate there for Bucky. TRQ pushes in, allowing Trunks to get the defuse as they take down the Killjoy blocker.
One
And
enemy remaining.
they are potentially...
Oh, no.
They're gonna get the defuse. TRQ pushing in to get a 4K, just running it down.
I survived
C long.
operation. I will survive them.
The other team not even getting off Spike, just letting TRQ run down. I mean, quite dangerous there for TRQ, but TRQ does have the aim to back it up. And you can see that there as he took down 2 back-to-back, and then also managed to push in to avoid the breach stun. And now 3 on this side. TRQ running quite a bit forward, is going to take out Speeve, who isn't quite expecting it. TRQ blinding as Arlock blinds him back, is going to jump into the other corner. They do see him and catch sight of him, but Bucky is there to keep him alive. Gets 2 through the smoke. And Totoro here with an AWP does manage to get Seb in the back.
I've got your trail.
And
One
Sejune
enemy
is gonna
remaining.
ult here as Bucky
Spike
takes the
down,
perfect time to
attacker spawn.
rotate out, get Totoro from behind.
Blinded.
this is a tight spot for C2 as Bucky manages to get them through the box.
Is everyone's tech still working? Double check it, please.
Not sure if they managed to get Bucky through the box because they could see some of the gun, or if it was... if Bucky managed to get Sejun through the box due to gun, or if it was just some lucky shots through the box. And now it is the Roofer Bubbletea's turn to be on a save. This is a bit of a difficult push in for them.
Get out of my way!
And they're going to use the jet knives. Hopefully Totoro can have the same result that they did. A great aftershock by Seb there. Blocking him. Totoro does take some damage. It is going to get killed. And they managed to take sight, managing to take down Seb, who was hiding short. And they're going to fully rotate off, avoiding that ultimate as we trade who is on site.
Stealing sight.
Totoro taken down by TRQ. They
One enemy remaining.
faked the defuse there. And Arlock swings, gets two. Bucky manages to take Arlock down. And Bucky's going to get the defuse as well here. Best of Us tying it back up. This time with the Roofer Bubbletea managing to get 4 quick back-to-back wins pretty much. So they're a little bit more well off already going into the 9th round than they were on Lotus. And they have been doing this back and forth, back and forth. You can see already that Best is kind of expecting it, having stacked more a little bit towards C side here. TRQ playing different sites each time. And you can see Best of Us holding 3 different angles here. This is very tough for them to push on. Munch getting Arlock and Weibo through the doors here. And that is going to be very difficult for Totoro and Speeve to Sean here. And they are about to meet the other team.
Last player
Unfortunately,
standing.
shooting between them. TRQutie is also going to blind in and take out Speeve, taking the lead for the first time this game. This is quite tough for Roofer Bubbletea. Not able to get any rounds. They are just winning, or they are now just losing. Every time they manage to get enough money for full guns, they still lose, and they're back on this eco. Whereas Best now is building up some finances, and they are going to have quite a bit of stored cash here.
Blocking sight.
Trunks with the op. Probably. Oh, Myth is the shot there. Totoro also missing a shot. Is going to get taken out. While they're reloading, Weibo is going to stinger in. Trades for the op here. And just barely avoids getting hit by Munch, but Munch manages to get them as they go to peek out. And it is a 2v2. Arlock now picking up the op. Holding, waiting for someone to come out of CT as Tyler gets ready to peek out.
One enemy remaining.
Manages to just barely get him
standing.
as Bucky comes from A short.
Time to hunt.
Just seconds after they needed to save him. And Sejun, with the stinger, manages to get Bucky as the gun is being taken out. And a fantastic thrifty by Throw for Bubbletea, getting the op back as well for Pototoro. Tying the game back up. Arlock did a great job of holding that angle, ignoring... I for some reason, thought that Arlock's teammate was coming out of sewers there, but no. Bucky instead flashes out, misses fully flashing Arlock, as Arlock just held that angle steady. And it paid off as he caught just the tail end of TRQ jumping over. TRQ being forced off here by a fantastic stun, and they are going to attempt to take B here. They are going to manage to get the plant, take a little bit of damage, and back off now. Another defender ult already coming from Munch here. And TRQ taking them down. As he pushes out, is going to try and get... Also managed to get Totoro in the window. Steve, unfortunately, is going to be double swung, and TRQ is going to take a 4K here on a quick retake by Besterbust.
Last round in the half.
Spend everything. We keep nothing.
Rogue for Bubbletea managing to all get rifles, but they are a little bit low on shields. However, with how TRQ has been hitting, the difference in the shields here hasn't been making too big of a difference. It has either pretty much been headshot or not, so this might work out for them. And we see a fantastic Elder Flame op here on Trunks, who is potentially about to get one. Catch of sight, misses, shoots early without the trigger discipline, and they bait out the stun. Are going to get a shot on Totoro, managing to get them, just barely ducks out of the way.
Off your feet!
And you can see an attacker ult is going to launch Trunks into the air. Trunks is going to take some fall damage as they run back as quick as they possibly can. Munch just barely avoiding getting hit by the aftershocks as well, and we can see TRQ coming on with a flank here, managing to get all the way deep. Seb going to take down Sejun, and no one is going to be aware of this flank here. And TRQ is going to get flanked. Arlock in a 3v1 gunfight there. Unfortunately enough, not going to win it. And Besterbust is going to retake for a team ace, bringing us to a 7-5 half. Great half by
Switching
Rogue
sides.
for Bubbletea, putting up a fantastic fight, even on the eco rounds. TRQ almost at 20, and so this is going to be a tough fight for Rogue for Bubbletea. Both teams, again, with the double initiator, so many flashes, quite a bit of blinds we've seen, and it seems like Besterbust is already planning where they're going to stun, where they're going to take. And TRQ is going off alone, hopefully probably to get a couple picks as they go past him. Ugh. And Weebu spots them. Again, this is a mirror match, with both teams having the exact same agents. TRQ, they're waiting for someone to push deep through A, but Besterbust is... Sorry. Throw for Bubbletea is playing it slow. They're not pushing in. They know how dangerous it is. They want the attackers to swing them first.
Trevor!
Alarm bot down.
And Besterbust begins their push on. Weebu smoked off here.
Spike planted.
As both teams spray through the smoke. Couple shots by Steve. Arlock as well. Arlock with a frenzy. As the teams rush in.
One enemy remaining.
They know where the last one is. Throw for Bubbletea. Great retake. And Speeve doing a great job of getting the last kill there on Munch. Fantastic retake as they flooded in, managed to each take their kills. And pistol round is going to go to Throw for Bubbletea. We've seen Throw for Bubbletea take almost all the pistol rounds tonight. And honestly, great job. They have been doing really good when they have low eco guns. I mean, we've seen that with the Thrifty. We've seen that with the pistol rounds. We've seen that with their bonuses. They've been doing fantastic with these pistols and light guns. Blue here does have the Stinger. The entire team is ready. Trunks taken out. Also managed to get Munch and TRQ with a Sheriff goes down to Totoro. And this light buy has won them another round.
I hate to say it, but probably best to play as a team.
Best of Us
So,
now does have
what's
full
the plan?
guns, which will be tough. You can see some of Throw for Bubbletea upgrading as well here. They are a little bit down on the guns now, but perhaps it'll go like the third round. Perhaps they'll be able to pull it off like they did with the Thrifty and shoot well, play well. I mean, we've seen that they have great retakes, they have great plays. TRQ barely managing to almost get Totoro there. And with a little bit of default kind of hopefully getting them to rotate somewhere, looks like they are beginning to head back towards C side. Or maybe B. Totoro on the stairs, trying to get out. Catches sight of Munch, does a little bit of damage, manages to avoid getting any damage taken on their end. Trunks deep in, managed to get Speeve as they jump up and over the middle boxes here. And Arlock taking out Munch. Bucky pushing through the smoke to get Totoro. Weebo taking out Bucky. Trunks taking out Sejun. And defenders, it is a 3-4. Trunks taking some damage, but takes out Weebo. And Arlock is low, getting shot through the smoke. Trunks taking a 4K here. This is a very tight game. The Throw for Bubbletea has changed their plan a little bit. They've been playing a lot more safe. And it's been working for them. They've been getting the trades. They've been getting the fights. They have been winning most of their gunfights here. And it has been Raid Boss TRQ that has been throwing a loop in their plans. Smoking them off to get Munch some more ultimate points. The Killjoy ult is a fantastic ultimate here.
I got this.
And teams know that they've been feeding the ult points to their Killjoys. Totoro barely dodging there.
Here.
And they're doing a great job of drawing a lot of attention away, and it sounds like they are going to start rotating off, giving Best or Bust a free site to take. Arlock doubles back, actually, going into Heaven. Manages to slot Seb, manages to get them through the wall as well.
Blinding.
And I'm a little worried here. TRQ is pushing in deep.
Planted.
Waiting at CT.
You should run.
They do get the ult off, and they do get the push, and so this is going to delay them quite a bit. Fantastic TRQ with the delay. They did try to go for the Aftershock there to do the damage. Unfortunately, the Aftershock doesn't do quite enough damage anymore. And they were expecting it, but TRQ still manages to get 2. Fantastic kill by Weibo. Unfortunately, Munch and Trunks are gonna take them out as well. And also get taken out by Spike. They weren't careful enough. They are gonna lose the guns. I don't know if they expected that they would get taken out there. I think they thought they had enough time before the explosion would happen. They looked pretty confident. But they are gonna lose their guns there. Might be a bit of a dangerous, unfortunate circumstance there, as their economy is now a little bit lower than they could have been. And it seems like it's going to be a very fast C push here. First up T, quite a bit low as well. Weibo completely smoked off and blinded, but Totoro doing a great job of throwing those smokes to help the team, but they still managed to get him in the back.
Spike planted.
And Trunks waiting on top of box is going to get some more knife kills there.
Last player standing.
Trade some shots with Arlock. Arlock managed to get it, but unfortunately Seb is going to take down Arlock in a trade. A tough eco round for throw for Bubbletea. And we can see here TRQ, is popping off quite a bit. I expect that is because Tyler knows that the next game, if they win, will be against Gritty Gang, who they've yet to face at all this tournament in seeds and eliminations, and I know that he has been wanting to face off against Gritty Gang. So we'll see if that's what he is attempting to make happen here. Totoro with the knives. They are going to get a blind on Sejun there in Garage. Barely manages to avoid the stun. Trunks almost catching sight and getting Totoro there. Unlucky trade. And unfortunately, they jump up into sights of 3 of Best or Bust. Steve with a fantastic positioning managed to take up 2. Trunks also taking up 2. And unfortunately, Best or Bust is going to push on fast enough and use enough util to remove sight of throw for Bubbletea. Steve almost managed to get 3, which probably would have changed the outcome of that round there. Once again, throw for Bubbletea are on an eco. They have been put on the back foot again. Anytime that Best or Bust has gone on attack, it has been a little bit tougher for them to get these rounds. But let's see if they can... they do manage to hit Trunks a little bit. Trunks is going to get healed up, though. Unfortunately, the heal will have no effect as they never got past the shields. We can see Trunks and TRQ here playing a great waiting game as they let their team pull aggro over to B. However, not hearing anything, they are going to come back. Unfortunate time for Steve, who could have had TRQ, but Trunks does a great job of... sorry, could have had Trunks, but TRQ does a great job of defending. And TRQ now in heaven. Might be able to get 2 more here. Weibo not looking as TRQ not looks as well, but both are blind, gets the kill while blind, and for an ace is going to get the game, bringing us to match point.
Match point.
We can see teams already pushed on towards C more often.
Scout destroyed.
Getting a little bit more information. They do manage. Totoro does manage to get munched down in C long, and we can see June and Seb fighting mid here a little bit.
Scatter.
Weeboo
Spike down.
getting
B.
TRQ
One
as
enemy remaining.
Trunks lets them take out their teammate to get the kill. The dog just barely managing to find it at the end of life. Gets the daze, and they do try to get them through the wall there. Almost hitting him with the stun. Totoro is going to manage to get Trunks there. Great double peek there with June. They are holding on. Best of Us does have the financial saved up here, though. They are going to get full guns once again. Weibo doesn't even have enough to full buy, so Bubbletea is still a little bit on the back foot here. They have brought it to 12-8 again, the same score that they managed to get to in the last game. Totoro trying to get a cheeky little head tap here. Unfortunately, is only going to get a body shot off on Bucky before they're taken down.
Shadows traveling.
We can hear them all going A. Arlock, the only one left to defend. This might be a tough site defense. The team is getting here as quick as they can.
Cover going out.
Oh, Arlock manages to duck behind, and the team pushes on to save him.
Off your feet! Let's go!
Watch them.
Teleports out, just barely avoiding getting hit by Seb. And we see a fantastic play as he ducks back on as the sun fades. And we can see why Arlock is a top 3 Omen main. I mean, a play there, fantastically done. They are going to use all of that chaos to get off and rotate onto C to get a free plant. TRQ waiting here, hopefully to catch someone. Is taken down by a quick shot by Sejun. And Weeboo manages to get Bucky in garage, and they are going to take a fantastic round here. Arlock, I think, has to be my MVP in that round. Oh boy. I mean, there's moments like that where I wish we had a replay cam where we could go back and see Arlock throw out the smokes last minute, pull up the gun and get to teleport as Trunks jumps on top of the box to look down, and then Weibo coming in perfectly timed in CT to cover Arlock, who wasn't quite behind the boxes there on A, getting stunned by the breach ult, managing to teleport out just in time, dismissing it to reappear as the team engages with Seb there. And oh my god, masterfully played. They are throwing some breach utility there. We go counter-ulting there, knowing that they're going to get taken down. Their lockdown is secured. Tyler is going to get a plant here. And Bucky covering for them, watching for that AC
I've got your trail.
play. And they get on. They're going to tap it while blind. Forced off. Bucky takes some damage. Defenders take some damage. They are blind. There is so much going on, so much util. And unfortunately, for the rope for Bubbletea, they are going to get taken down in this storm of utility. And that is the 5th round, the semifinals for the losers bracket, the second chance bracket. It is going to go to Best or Bust, who moves on to face against Gritty Gang. And ultimately, the winner of the next match on Wednesday next week with the guest caster will be fighting up against Venitus, who currently has an extra life and is in the grand finale, the grand finals. I hope you guys enjoyed the matches tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Great games to everyone. I mean, Throw for Bubbletea, you guys put up an excellent fight. There were so many great clips, great rounds. I mean, the Thrifty, the last round that we saw just before the match point, I mean, fantastically done. I also thought the same thing, Velvet. You could hear it in the way I was casting. I thought Bucky was about to take out TRQ while they were planting. Was not the case. They're on the same team. But fantastic job to everyone. GG's to both teams. Thank you for joining the tournament as well, Throw for Bubbletea. You guys did fantastic, managing to make it all the way to the semifinals, so congrats. Again, let's take a look at the tournament here. We are going to see Best or Bust moving on in a 2-0 knockout against Throw for Bubbletea to face off against Gritty Gang. That means the first and second seed teams will be facing off in the finals of the loser bracket. And they will go on to the grand finals to face Venitus. Oh. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I need some water after that. That was a, honestly, a pretty intensive match. A lot of great plays by all the teams. Definitely saw some fantastic shots, fantastic coordination. It was pretty chaotic to have a double initiator team on both sides, mirror as well. Fantastic to see a mirror game. I haven't seen one of those in forever, and so it was a treat. And again, congrats to Best or Bust for moving on, and thank you to Throw for Bubbletea for taking on this tournament. Hopefully, we'll see you again next time we have a tournament running in the next Argonaut eliminations, where things will be a little bit different next time, so maybe you'll find a little bit more success in the next one. Again, thank you to all the viewers for joining me tonight, and be sure again to spread the streams Fridays, Wednesdays, Fridays for the next week and a half, and then that is the rest of the tournament already at the end. But if we get again 50 average views for any of those matches, that does mean that we will have a secondary giveaway going on in the grand finals. There already will be one in the grand finals, but hopefully we can get a second. I know already only 3 more matches. I'm excited to see all of them. They're going to be fantastic matches, as the rest of the matches that we've seen have been. And yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Let me check in with the rest of the teams to see if any of the streaming teams are going to be continuing on with the streams. Alright, let's check in, see if we have someone to raid for tonight. Failed to get my co-host back. I know, I appreciate the attempt. It was close, and I mean, I definitely needed him back, but we'll have to see. I will have a co-host next time. Thankfully, someone lovely enough to take the guest seat for me. But the final, that does mean if Best or Bust doesn't, if Best or Bust does beat Gritty Gang, it will be just me in the finals, so we'll see if I can't find a guest caster for there as well. Alrighty, it looks like the rest of the team have ended their streams, so it seems like we might be heading off for the night. Let me double check that there is no one else in the tournament streaming before I head off, as ideally we find someone from the tournament to raid. Make sure we can spread around the love. Doesn't look like it. Alrighty. Well, I think that's going to end us off here. In that case, let's send us over to... Wilson, my list is playing Valorant. Let's just head over to... Never mind. Let's head over to... Trying to find someone to raid. Ugh. Alright. We're heading over to Descents. They're also streaming Valorant, and it looks like they're doing something with Yoru, so be sure to check them out. I hope you enjoyed tonight's games, and I will see you guys Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST for the next matchup. Alrighty? Take care, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night.